Hello everyone, Spencer R here, and welcome back to another one of these videos. Now in this video, I will be doing Cartoon Network schedule for Saturdays, Earth Day, and as well as doing Boomerang schedule for weekdays, Earth Day, and Saturday, April 26th. And I'll also be doing Game Show Network schedule, and I'll also be talking about something else. Most likely Nick related. Well, it is Nick related. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. So let's start off with Cartoon Network on Saturdays. So we get Adventure Time, Teen Titans Go, The Amazing World of Gumball, more Teen Titans Go, INU, Steven Universe, and this next one is really going to shock you. The Powerpuff Girls. And no, I do not mean the 2016 reboot. I mean the classic Powerpuff Girls. Yep. Another classic has returned to the channel, and this time for reals, it's actually showing not daily, it's weekly. Now, this is cool and all, but I do not like it how it's only for half an hour and it's only on Saturdays. Like, Steven Universe as well, why can't they just make them an hour? Like, it's good that they replaced the Looney Tunes show with something, but really? They couldn't have replaced Teen Titans Go or something? Like, I know they've been toning down the reruns now, but I think it's showing on Saturday a little bit too much. So, yeah, let's not try to make it like 2017 again, guys, please. So if they could, like, they could replace this hour and make these two shows an hour each. Steven Universe at 7 or 10, and the Powerpuff Girls at 8 or 11. But yeah, anyways, Teen Titans Go, Gumball, Tom and Jerry Tales, What's New Scooby-Doo, and then a Scooby-Doo movie. So aside from that complaint I mentioned earlier, Saturday's schedule is looking good. At least they are adding an extra variety and more shows, but yeah, they gotta do something about this Teen Titans Go thing. I don't like the fact how it's showing for 3 hours on Saturday. That's ridiculous. Okay. No need to do Sundays because we've already done that. So I'm gonna jump on over to Earth Day. And yes, Boomerang will be doing something very special for that too, but I'm not gonna show it right now. So I don't want to ruin the surprise. Let's go on over to... Yeah, let's stay here. Earth Day. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, so we start off the day with Gumball, New Looney Tunes, Cartoonito, don't care, Tiny Toons, which actually is still on the channel. Wow. For reruns, that's actually unexpected. The Looney Tunes Show, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries, which comes back. And I know they've only been rotating classic Scooby-Doo shows on the network, and while that is good, and yeah, they have been updating Looney Tunes a little bit, why can't they just show classic Looney Tunes and classic Tom and Jerry on Cartoon Network? Like, I don't understand that. Yeah, something was going on with Boomerang. I didn't want to show it. Anyways, new Scooby-Doo Mysteries, regular show, Craig of the Creek, which finally comes back to Cartoon Network, but unfortunately, it's only for that one day, and it's only for like 2.5 hours. Like, normally when they would do something like this, it would be like a whole day. I'm glad it's coming back at all, but it's only for 2.5 hours, and it's only on that one day. So yeah, that sucks. Really, if they wanted to keep this, they could always take out the half hour of Total Dramarama, or maybe like replace an hour of Gumball. Like, why can't they air the show like at 2 o'clock, replacing Gumball, and then at 3 o'clock they can have regular show, and then at what time was it? Yeah, 8:30 to 9:30, or the other times 11:30 through 12:30 they can have Gumball here. Like, I don't mind that at all. Just something to add in variety, guys. Because variety is always key. So yeah, after Craig of the Creek, the normal stuff, Gumball and Adventure Time, and then of course Checker Pass with Ed, Edd n Eddy and Courage the Cowardly Dog. So yeah, that's a good schedule. So now let's go on over to Boomerang and see what they'll be doing for Earth Day. There's really no need to go through the schedule on that day because it's only for 6 hours. So starting at noon, and yes, we actually get this show. I'll get back to it later. Not noon, I mean midnight. We get Captain Planet and the Planeteers, which finally makes us an epic return on the channel. And this is such a great show to watch on Earth Day, seriously. And if you haven't heard of the show, I'm sorry. What's wrong with you? You gotta check it out. Like, it's one of the best. I've checked out a few episodes in 2021 when Tom Aschheim aired it for a whole day on Earth Day, and it was a good show. I would actually say it is an anime show on Cartoon Network, but not really. Maybe a little bit. So that's going on for 6 hours. That's cool. And unfortunately, it does make an epic return on the next week on the 28th. But unfortunately, I cannot show it because my schedules on my TV, the schedules on my TV can only go up to a certain point. So that's going to have to be shown in the next video. But I'll tell you this, it does return replacing Thundar the Barbarian at, 8:30 for half an hour. So that's really cool. So that goes on. Now let's move on showing you the actual weekday schedule here. Come on. Okay. So let's start here. So we got Looney Tunes, Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Baby Looney Tunes, The Flintstone Kids, The New Fred and Barney Show. And yes, as you can see here, it is titled in capital letters. So it's like they think it's like a title you can shout. Might want to turn down your volume for this. So it's like they're saying New Fred and Barney Show with no exclamation, but it doesn't need that. Anyways, that actually takes out half an hour of the Flintstones, and then they have that. And then Jetsons, new Yogi Bear, which still is on, which is good. Tom and Jerry Tales, Tom and Jerry Show, the Looney Tune Show, Duck Dodgers, we'll get to that in a bit. Scooby-Doo Block. Yeah, that's all the same. Looney Tunes, Johnny Quest. Again, Captain Planet will be taking this starting the 28th. The Flintstones, New Fred and Barney Show, The Jetsons, in which on Fridays, they have Jellystone taking up half an hour, which is cool, but at the same time, I still don't kind of get why they air new episodes on Boomerang. Like what? Do they think it's like a nice way of having the newer aged versions of classic cartoon characters on the channel or something? In which, I guess in a way it makes sense, but this show isn't classic. It's a new show that came out like around 2021, I think, 2022, 2020-ish. It's around the 2020s, I know that. Also, I'll do it after this. So after that, we get more Scooby-Doo stuff. I don't like how they added the show. Like, guys, Be Cool Scooby-Doo does not belong to Boomerang. Why do you keep putting it on here? You have it on Cartoon Network already, so why can't you put in something else like, I don't know, What's New Scooby-Doo? I don't know why you took that show off. That show belongs on the network a lot more than this garbage show. Like, come on, guys. Please. And then we get the usual. So even though Thundar the Barbarian will be off of weekdays because of Captain Planet, starting that next week on the 28th, it'll still be here at midnight, so that's nice. And then Ben 10. That's not the right one. I swear, it's like my TV likes to get confused with certain incarnations of ongoing series. Like, I don't like that. Okay, now let's go back to Jellystone because there's something I wouldn't mind talking about. So, if you guys didn't know, or if you weren't aware, back on the 4th of this month, they aired the infamous Cartoon Network crossover episode titled Crisis on Infinite Mirths, I think it was called. And I'm going to give you a short review on that episode. What do I think of it? I thought the episode was decent, but I would kind of say it was wasted potential. What do I mean by that? Well, they did bring back a lot of characters from classic Cartoon Network shows like Dexter's Laboratory, The Powerpuff Girls, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Johnny Bravo, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Time Squad, Robot Jones. I don't think Mike Lou and Og was in there. Evil Con Carne, I remember that. And then, of course, they also brought back other forgotten characters. Like they even had Squirrel Boy. Squirrel Boy. Does anyone remember that show back in the good old days of Cartoon Network? But yeah, they also had Codename Kids Next Door, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Chowder, which is made by the same guy that made Jellystone. Which I'm wondering how C.H. Greenblatt felt about bringing back Chowder. Was he like, oh, hey, I can bring back Chowder. I remember making that show back on Cartoon Network's glory days. Yeah, that'd be a little bit nostalgic or something. And of course, they had the newer shows like Regular Show, Adventure Time, Gumball, I think, was in there. And all of those shows from back in the Cartoon Network's glory days. But yeah, what do I mean by wasted potential? Well, they could have given more like classic characters other screen time, and they could have brought back like voices of certain characters. Like I also felt like they've given characters from Billy and Mandy, Dexter's Laboratory, and the Powerpuff Girls way too much screen time. Like they could have brought back Matt Hill, Sam Vincent, and Tony Sampson that did the Ed Boys' voices back then. They could have done some lines on that. They could have done some lines on Courage the Cowardly Dog as well. Like, I know Marty Grabstein is still alive to this day. I can understand why they didn't do voice lines for Muriel because Thea White sadly passed away back then. But they could have done stuff for Courage, honestly. They could have done some voice lines for Mordecai and Rigby because they didn't talk in the special. And they could have, like seriously, when I felt like when the Eds first appeared in the universe, they could have said something like, "Look, guys, we're in a different universe. Let's go ahead and make some scams." I don't know, Eddie. I mean, I don't remember these characters from back in the day.
Oh, come on, Double D. These are like Yogi Bear and, all those other ones from back in the day. We can do scams.
Exactly. Let's get to work. Courage, when he appeared near, he could have been like,
oh boy, I hope these guys aren't scary.
Well, I don't know. I felt like they could have done some voice lines for both of those shows, but it's kind of okay because they did appear in the episode regardless. I did like that one scene where the Cartoon Network characters were going to fight and Courage was actually gonna he was going to join the battle and trying to fight them off. But typical Courage, he runs away because he's so cowardly. That made so much sense. That was actually funny. But overall, I thought the episode was just fine. It's okay. They could have fixed some stuff in there, but overall, it was decent. Okay, so now let's jump on over to the 26th because there's a certain show getting a marathon. We get a whole day marathon of Duck Dodgers on Saturday. And why am I showing this off? Why am I deciding to? Well, just the fact that they're actually giving the show an actual treatment of airings is just amazing. And I hate to spoil this for you guys, but this show is actually going to make a epic return on Cartoon Network. Yeah, on Star Wars Day. I'll be doing that in the next TV video, but this is nice. Actually, a whole day marathon of Duck Dodgers. And this is going to happen on the week exactly 1 week after the 80-something anniversary of Looney Tunes. Yeah, that's nice. Because as you can see here, yeah, new Looney Tunes. See this? Yep. Oh yeah, those shows reminded me of something. I gotta show that off. So let's jump on over here. So this is what the other weekday schedule looks like aside from Friday. So we get Popeye after the Jetsons, more Scooby-Doo stuff. They really gotta do something about this. This is way too much Scooby-Doo. Jabberjaw, well, this is on weekends. Be Cool Scooby-Doo, yeah, Scooby-Doo stuff, whatnot. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay. Be Cool Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, Popeye, Flapjack and Chowder, which replace Foster's Home and Kids Next Door, respectively, so, yeah, that's cool. I feel like I'm missing something else. Oh, are they doing another one? Okay, so it comes back again from 5 through 9. That's kind of cool. I didn't expect them to do 2 marathons within the same day. So they're doing a 6-hour marathon starting at midnight, and then they're doing another one, like, towards the end of the day. That I was not expecting. That's so cool. I might actually tune into some of that because Captain Planet, decent show. Okay, so I believe that's it for Cartoon Network and Boomerang. Now, before I move on to Game Show Network, there's something I wouldn't mind pointing out. So why am I going to the Nick channels again? Well, I'm not going to be discussing much because I know you guys are getting so freaking sick of me talking about Nickelodeon, but I'm sorry. I have to keep going with this because there's these idiots that say, oh, Nickelodeon's doing good. Their schedules are awesome. They give shows chances. No, 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 no. No. You guys are 100% wrong. I also like to point out a new user that I've recently found on YouTube known as Jsledgerant. Yeah. And you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, he's probably another infamous user that thinks Cartoon Network is bad and Nickelodeon's good. Good. Well, guess what, guys? You're wrong. Yep, you're actually wrong. He's another guy that actually agrees with us that Nickelodeon sucks and Cartoon Network is good. Though I almost got pranked or tricked that with his boomerang rant, quote unquote, saying that like judging by the video, he would just talk negative stuff about Boomerang's schedule, much like Jamie Snowden. But he mentioned in the description that it wasn't really a rant, and I guess he was just tricking people? I don't know. It wasn't even on April Fool's Day, so I don't know what he was doing. Anyways, yeah, he said the schedules were good. He mentioned some things about Boomerang that, yeah, some stuff were they need to take off and stuff, and I agree. Boomerang's schedule might be good, but they have so much Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo, so they gotta change it up. But aside from that, the schedule is good. Anyways, yeah. Why did I decide to bring up his name? Well, I did think he was a good guy. His videos are cool, even though he only has 5 at the moment by the time I'm making this video. And when I looked at his subscriber count, he only had 9. Just 9. Which I thought was sad. This guy definitely deserves more subscribers, so when you guys get a chance, I want you to check out Jay Sledge's channel. I might put a link in the description when I get a chance, but I don't know. But even if I don't, just search up JSledge99 and check out his channel. Like, he makes good videos. Make sure you subscribe. He deserves at least a good couple hundred, or maybe 500. Just please check out his channel. Anyways, I want to actually say something on the fact that on one of those comments that Bubba's World said, he mentioned something that someone said, some idiot on DC Network's video said that Nickelodeon gives shows a chance. Okay, Dude, let me ask you, what in the balls are you thinking? Nickelodeon does not give shows a chance. They do not. Like, I can understand, like, on Wednesday. I guess I can give them a little bit of credit on Wednesday, but they still spam, like, the same, like, 3 shows. Like, yeah, you get Tyler Perry, and before it was Thunderman's Undercover, but the this just the shows they air before them is not good. You get Patrick Star Show, SpongeBob, frickin' Sonic Prime, Cringe Patrol. You get all this garbage, and you say, "Oh, Nickelodeon is improving. They give shows a chance." No, they do not. I really don't know what you're thinking, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with these people. It's like they're just getting wrong ideas at this point. Why don't you actually take a look at these schedules and you just tell us if they're good? Cuz these schedules are not good at all. These schedules freaking suck. Like, they're not even trying. They're just spamming the same 5 or 7 shows every day. It's garbage. Just please understand, people. Okay. Now, before I close this video out, I'm going to go ahead and show you Game Show Network schedule, because Cody Merriman wanted me to mention some things. So let's jump on over to GSN. So let's check out the weekday schedule only. So we get the same stuff: Match Game, Chain Reaction, Catch 21, Cash Cab, Pyramid, Millionaire, Deal or No Deal, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Masterminds, America Says, Switch and Split Second, in which I'm gonna break it here early. These are the only reruns we get of these shows, and I'll come back to those later. Flip Side, Chain Reaction, an hour of Beat the Bridge, and this half hour is for new episodes, which is nice. I've been waiting so long for these new episodes to come out. Then we get Tic Tac Dough, which is the brand new show. And after that, Bingo Blitz. Yep, brand new shows, new episodes, finally out. Now, Cody Merriman wanted me to mention to you guys that these shows are currently syndicated. Yeah, not sure what that means, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Now, if you guys don't know who this Cody Merriman guy is, he is pretty much a guy that is obsessed with his game shows. And so am I. Like, who isn't? Game shows are fun to watch. Anyways, yeah. The rest is basically the same. Don't need to say much on this. But before I close this video down, I wouldn't mind giving out shorter reviews on these shows. So let's start off with the brand new episodes of Beat the Bridge. Now, they're much like the same ones, but I noticed there was a change within how they do the game. What do I mean by this? Well, on the 3rd round, when they play the bridge, you guys know, well, if you have seen the show, if you don't know, they do a 7-question bridge, with 3 options, 3 answers, and then every question or answer, whatever, is worth $500, and if you make it across, it's a $600 bonus. They actually changed something up with that. Instead, it's much like the final round, except it's not like timed. It's just a normal bridge. It's 10 questions, 3 options, 3 answers. Each of them is worth $400, and if you make it across, it's a $500 bonus. So really, the grand prize is like $15,400, which is a lot, seriously. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting change. I didn't know they changed that up with the new episodes, but yeah, they're cool. Much like the older episodes they had there. They're good so far. Also, I really cannot get over the fact that they put the show on weekends early, despite them only having like 59 episodes. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but at least it was cool seeing an hour on weekends while half an hour was on weekdays, so that's nice. Alright, now let's go on over to Tic-Tac-Toe. Now, we're only a couple episodes in with both of these series with Bingo Blitz. But so far with Tic-Tac-Toe, I'm not familiar with the older series back in the day, but I think the show is decent. I think it's good. I mean, it's the same game, only except it's in a new style and Brooke Burns is the host. Plus, I do think that dragon over there is kind of cute. But not the older version, because the older version is actually scary. But the new version, he's kind of cute. So yeah. Overall, so far, I would think Tic-Tac-Toe is good. Now, if I would have to give these shows ratings, because I don't really do that too much with these when reviewing these shows, I guess I would give Tic-Tac-Toe like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's not bad. Okay, now for Bingo Blitz, in which I do think this show is a lot better. Why do I say that? Well, the host is cute, Valerie Bertinelli, as well as them doing bingo, in which every time they get an answer right, they get 2 bingo balls and then a gold ball, in which they can put that wherever they can on the board. Yeah, and what I really like about the show is the fact that I think they use some CG effects within the balls. And the way the camera moves and stuff, it just looks so good. I like the effects in the show. And just the whole bingo fashion of it, it just looks so good. I guess Valerie was right when she advertised the show on Game Show Network's Instagram page. It was going to be worth it. So yeah, I think I take Bingo Blitz over Tic-Tac-Toe, although it's still decent. Bingo Blitz I would give like a 9, 8.5 around there. Oh yeah, Tic-Tac-Toe, of course. If you get an answer right, you can place your X or O. It's basically like a normal game of Tic-Tac-Toe, only except it involves questions, but you guys would know that. If you have seen the old series, that is. So, before I close this video down, I like to mention something about Switch and Split Second. So, yeah, we already know those shows took down Switch and Split Second, in which Switch, I was so very expecting it, but Split freaking second? That is unexpected, because if you guys would know already, when they would have these shows on weekdays and weekends, back when they had them on weekends, they would normally show half an hour of Switch and an hour of Split Second. But now it seems like Split Second is getting the same exact treatment as Switch, in which I find crazy. So is that why they decided to include an hour of America Says? I don't know, but I'm glad they kept this. Like, normally I thought they would erase this and include more time with Switch and Split Second, in which an hour for both shows I would definitely approve. But since they want to keep the show on, that's fine with me. I mean, they probably thought, hey, we're going to replace some Split Second, but we want to support John Michael Higgins because we love that dude. So we're going to show his original show for an hour at noon, which is smart. And even though the show's ended, I'm just glad they kept it. Like, getting rid of it on weekdays was not a good idea. But it just shocked me how they would shrink this down to half an hour. Like, it wasn't like this since it premiered. It's crazy. Alright, well, that's about it for this video. I did not expect it to reach up to 29 minutes. I thought it was going to be like a 15 through 20 minute video, but I've been doing so many reviews within this video, so I decided, hey, why not make it longer, just to entertain you guys. So, also about these shows, I like to mention before closing this down, I really hope they do well, because if you remembered those other new shows I showed off, Blank Slate and Hey Yahoo, they got taken off way too soon, in which I'm pretty sure they didn't do well. Well, Blank Slate I can understand, because it was kind of a ripoff of Match Game, but Hey Yahoo? I enjoyed Hey Yahoo. They gotta bring that back for reruns, at least on weekends. But I'm hoping if these shows do well, they could be placed on weekends too, but we gotta wait and see on that. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Tune in to my next TV video coming soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. All right. Goodbye.